Hi everyone, thank you for joining me. My name is Kassandra and I'm going to take you through my usual post-run stretch. I've really gotten into running recently and these are the poses I do to get rid of all of the tension that comes with it. So join me in a toe squat, tucking the toes under and pressing your hips towards your heels. If you're able to let your full body weight sink in, then definitely do that. Otherwise, keep your hands out in front of you. Always really good to get into the feet and into the ankles. And then I'm just going to circle with my arms here, bringing the fingertips onto the shoulders, circling through the elbows, going in both directions. Often I notice some tension creep up into my upper body on long runs. And then seated cat and cow with the arms. As you inhale, open up the arms wide. And as you exhale, cross one arm over the other as you round and contract. This can also help to distract us from how sensational the toe squat can be. So take about one more here, full cycle with your breath. And let's release, shake out the feet, let that go, pointing through the toes. And now stretching through the top of the ankle, rest your hips on your heels and see if you can lift your right knee and right shin off of the mat. You'll feel this along the top of your right foot and then switch sides. So lifting that left knee up. You might feel this a little bit into the toes, the top of the foot, top of the ankle, and then see if you're able to lift both at the same time, a little bit harder. And releasing from there, lift your chest up, squeeze the shoulder blades and the elbows behind you. Nice little chest stretch. Keep pressing the shoulders down and away from your ears. Think of lifting your chest up towards the sky. And let's release. We're setting up for a low lunge, so you'll step your right foot forward to the top of the mat. Keep your hands on the mat, framing your front foot here. My right knee is directly over the top of the ankle. And we're just making this fairly passive, so let your hips be heavy. Gravity is what pulls them down, closer towards the mat, getting into our hip flexors. Sliding the shoulder blades down the back. And you can push a little bit into your front heel in order to straighten that front leg, getting into the hamstrings now. I flex my right foot in order to stretch a little bit more into that right calf and into the ankle. And now bend into your lunge again, but let's go deeper by adding a quad stretch. So bend that back knee, reach through, and think of pulling your heel in towards your seat. Try to keep your hips nice and low in this pose. A little bit of a spinal rotation as well. Releasing the hold of the foot, find plank pose. Inhale and exhale, lower to your belly for cobra. Open through your chest and let's press back into a wide like a child's pose. Big toes together, knees apart, melting the forehead down towards the mat. Setting ourselves up for the second side, left foot steps forward into this lunge. My knee is on top of the ankle, pressing those hips forward and down. And we'll push a little bit into that front left heel so that we can straighten the left leg and fold over into our half splits. And again here, I'm flexing my left foot. A little bit of a bend in that knee is perfectly fine. Really find your own range of motion. And we'll come back into our low lunge, but this time we will be going a little deeper into it. So add your quad stretch. Reaching back to grab a hold of the foot and drawing it in. And you can let your left shoulder roll back here, so there's a bit of a spinal rotation. And let's release, find your flow, inhaling to plank, exhale to lower, cobra, breathe in, and then we'll press back for a little child's pose. Not here for too long, just think of extending through your spine, through your arms, reaching those hips back. And we'll be coming into pigeon pose. So let's find downward facing dog. Hands are shoulder width apart, feet are hip width distance apart. And we'll reach our right leg up towards the sky, bend your right knee, open up your hip, so find even just a thigh stretch here. And for pigeon, place your right knee behind your right wrist and extend that back leg a little bit more. I like to start with a little back bend in pigeon first before I fold forward. So really thinking of lifting out of the lower back, rolling the shoulders down and away from your ears, and maintain this length in the spine even as you fold forward and down. And you can choose how low you want to go in this pose. You can always stay up on your elbows for a bit more support, but try to make this passive. So allow yourself to relax, letting gravity pull you deeper into the stretch. Probably one of the best poses that we can do after a run, really getting into that outer hip and into the glute. Finding some slow, steady breaths. And we'll ease our way out, downward facing dog, so we can go and do the same thing over to the other side. So our left leg will extend up, bend your left knee, open up that hip, and place that left knee behind your wrist. Extend that right leg further back out behind you, square off the hips, and maybe find a little bit of a back bend first, so you can push your hands into the floor to lift up through your chest. And maintain this length even as we move to fold forward, finding your edge in this pose. Adjusting however feels appropriate to you. For this left hip, one side is often completely different from the other. And even though this is definitely a sensational pose, it should never feel painful. If it feels like you're struggling against the ground just to be in this stretch, it means you're going too far. We want to be able to find a little bit of ease, some relaxation, just inviting that left hip to open up a little more. You can walk your hands in. We'll lift ourselves out. Come into your last downward facing dog. So stretching out through the back of the legs, reaching your chest towards your thighs. Just making the most in this pose before bringing your knees down to the ground. We'll come into my number one favorite pose to do after a run. This is cow face pose. Wrap your right leg on top of the left one and try to stack your right knee directly on top of the left as much as possible. Let's add a side bend. You're going to reach your left arm up and over. That side bend is really what's going to help you also target through the IT band and the side of that hip. If it's too much at this point, just stay lifted up tall. Lift yourself back up through to center, and then we're just going to fold forward. So walk your hands out in front of you any amount and see if you can rest your chest on your thighs. Working on both hips here in this pose. And the hands come in, uncross the legs, and just do like a little windshield wiper motion with the knees, dropping them side to side before we go and do the same thing on the second side. So this time you'll be wrapping your left leg on top of the right one, trying to stack your left knee over the right. Right arm will extend up towards the sky and moving it into a side bend. So right arm reaching up and over, pushing down through that right hip, right sit bone. So also a really nice side body stretch here into the obliques, into the waist and the lower back. And coming up back through to center, we'll transition folding directly forward. So walking the hands out and melting down. And you can let your spine round a little bit here. Slowly coming all the way back up. Uncrossing the legs, and again, just that little windshield wiper motion with the knees, dropping from side to side. And come to take a seat in any way that is comfortable to you, hands on your knees, closing your eyes. Thank you so much for doing this post-run stretch with me. I hope you find it beneficial and that it helped to target all those areas of tightness. Please subscribe if you don't already, and hopefully we'll practice again together soon.